WWE are airing a lost show during AEW Worlds End. Plus, we have return plans for Charlotte Flair and the latest on WWE's Netflix plans. It's all in the Cultaholic Wrestling News right now. Oh, didn't see you there. So today is Friday. Worth pointing that out because we're in that weird bit between Christmas and New Year's where no one quite knows what day it is. So tomorrow is Saturday, and tomorrow is AEW Worlds End Day. This is the last AEW pay-per-view of the year, and it seems as if WWE are running something up for at least a little bit against Worlds End via this wonderful new YouTube channel that they've launched, WWE Vault. So with Netflix coming in January for WWE, it means the WWE Network is going away. Last few days of the network, I feel like I should hold like a vigil or something for it. But tomorrow night on the YouTube channel, they're doing a live premiere thing on the YouTube where you're going to get to watch, as part of ECW week, a lost WWE ECW show. So this was a house show from 2006 from the 2300 arena, from the ECW arena. So the iconic home of the original ECW, but it's a WWE ECW show. When they brought back ECW, they did a show from the 2300 featuring Rob Van Dam versus Kurt Angle in the main event. You might have seen some clips of it already doing the rounds online. Fabulous bit of business. But it's also going to feature CM Punk, Sabu, the Sandman, Stevie Richards in there, The Big Show. So this is the full roster for WWE's ill-fated resurrection of ECW, but it's in Philly. It's in the home of ECW's glory days. Fascinated to watch this. I thought the timing of it was really interesting because you're putting it on just as AEW is presenting World's End, its last show of the calendar year. So I mean, I would imagine, I don't want to sort of fan any flames of tribalism or anything like that, but I thought it's an interesting time to premiere that. I'm just putting that out there. I'm up for seeing it. Chances are I'll be watching AEW World's End live and then be watching that one afterwards, but we'll be intrigued to know in the comment section what you're going to be doing as well. So you can watch live reactions for AEW World's End with us at youtube.com/cultaholic/live throughout the night tomorrow. Let's talk Charlotte Flair because we haven't seen her all year long. There was some speculation that she may be back in time for the end of the year. It was a year ago that she suffered a litany of injuries, MCL, ACL, meniscus tear, all of them and some more. And we thought she was going to make this miraculous recovery and be back in time for the end of the year. Now, while she's back in the ring training, and we've seen lots of videos on Instagram of her doing that, she's not quite back yet. But we have a Royal Rumble, the small matter of a Royal Rumble, just around the corner. And I wouldn't be shocked if maybe we see her there. But in terms of what we see of Charlotte Flair when she comes back, well, WrestleVotes Radio offered a bit of an update on her comeback plans, suggesting that according to their sources, we're going to be looking at a darker version of Charlotte Flair when she returns. Now, the phrase that was used on the WrestleVotes Radio backstage Q&A was a dark queen. So something that's going to have a little bit more of an edge, a little bit more of a bite to it. They also suggested a Seth Rollins-esque change with her ring attire and a volume turned up character presentation. I think with so many great female talents currently in WWE right now, with the talent pool so full, there's a real opportunity for Charlotte Flair to bring something a little different when she comes back, to really enter herself into the mix with it. So from all accounts, we're going to see a new look and a new vibe, somewhat new vibe to Charlotte Flair. I like the name Dark Queen. I know they won't go with that, and it's more like a descriptive term that the guys at WrestleVotes used, but I quite like Dark Queen as a thing. That could be a thing, couldn't it? Speaking of dark, speaking of very dark, speaking of very evil, let's talk about Danhausen. He rocked up at Final Battle, and we haven't seen him in years. He wore a Danhausen mask to keep himself in disguise, and then put a curse on Maximum on MXM. So it was lovely to see him back. He has been a great miss. In terms of how it all came about, Sean Ross Sapp from Fightful saying that it was a phone call to Danhausen from AEW the day before the show. And they told him, can you come and make an appearance at the show? To which he said, it's my job. I will come and do the show. Sean talks about Danhausen's absence a little bit more, saying that Danhausen told AEW a while ago that there was some family stuff that would make him unavailable for most Saturdays. And that's part of the reason why we haven't really seen him. Now, he has been back working indie dates recently on the weekends, so it suggests that we might see him back in the fold with AEW and Ring of Honor going forward. He's a really high merch shifter for All Elite Wrestling, so I'm surprised that we don't see him as often as we do. We really, really should. Nice to see him back in the mix, and he got a massive reaction from the Hammerstone Ballroom lot, didn't he? As I said the other day, AEW should be putting on shows at the Hammerstone Ballroom more often, because that was a lovely live crowd for them. They had a great time. Just a whole residency at the Hammerstone Ballroom. It'll sound fantastic. Please do that. TNA flavoured news. We're wishing a full and speedy recovery to Alex Hammerstone. He shared a post-surgery photo on his Instagram, having had successful knee work done over the Christmas week. He had knee surgery, and it looks as if he's going to be out for several months from now. The guy is an absolute powerhouse. The man is a unit, and we wish him a full and speedy recovery, because I genuinely think he's one of those guys, as he proved with when he was in MLW. He proved he could be one of those main players wherever he goes. He's certainly got the look and the vibe for it. He's a lovely lad as well. We had a chat with him for the podcast feed earlier in the year. Lovely guy. Best wishes to Alex Hammerstone. Heading into next year, of course, the big wrestling talking point is WWE's move to Netflix on January the 6th. Monday Night Raw makes its home on Netflix in the first full week of 2025. And we've heard lots of details about how that's going to look when it moves over there. We've heard that obviously we won't be getting any WCW or ECW archive stuff, at least not straight away. But we will have every episode of Monday Night Raw on demand on Netflix pretty much immediately. As well as that, it's been revealed that we're going to get a bunch of extra shows as well, including WWE Raw Classics, which is a collection of big Raw moments and matches hosted by Big E. So Big E's going to be hosting that one. I'm looking. He's so good when he does the kickoff shows and stuff like that. So I'm happy to see him in the mix there. WWE Top 10, which will be again like a selection of great standout moments. I think it's similar to the stuff they do on the YouTube channel currently. You get top 10s and stuff on the YouTube channel. Road to WrestleMania, which will be a video that showcases the stories of WrestleManias from what we can gather as well. We'll also get superstar profiles and legends profiles as well. These will be standalone series that you'll be able to watch on Netflix. This is a great opportunity for WWE to introduce a brand new audience to the world of wrestling and to remind lapsed fans of the wonder of wrestling. So these superstar profile videos, these legend profile videos, these top 10s and the best Raw moments, these classic Raw moments are going to be really, really valuable to helping to welcome in those new and or lapsed fans. Wrestling Observer also offers an update on WWE's Netflix broadcast plans, and it's according to a key player behind the scenes. Raw will indeed be returning to 3 hours long once it is on Netflix. There were some question marks as to whether or not it would stay at 2 hours, which it has been for the last couple of months, but it's going to be a 3-hour boy. And Dave Meltzer continues saying, one of the things that they have told me is the beauty of Netflix is that we don't have to fit a show into a time slot. But the thing is, there are still places in the world where these shows are still on television, where you need to fit it into the time slots. Raw will be on television in India for a couple of months, in Germany, in the Philippines, and Japan, and a lot of places that still have existing TV deals. Until those TV deals go away, the stations have to know how long these shows are going to be week to week. And there will come a time, and it's not too far away, where Raw won't be on TV, and at that point they'll have a lot more leeway, and they'll probably won't have to hit a time cue. Oh, good. So that means not necessarily 3-hour Raws, but maybe 3.5-hour episodes of Raw. Thanks. That's great. I am delighted at the thought of Raw being over 3 hours every week. Look at the smile on my face. It's like a late Christmas present. I'm just so happy. For the very latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out Cultaholic.com. And we've still got some great videos for you over the Crimbo Limbo break. Right now, you can check out 10 of the worst WWE t-shirt designs ever. there have been some stinkers, one of which was designed for a lad from round the northeast. Plus, the true story of the greatest managerial faction in WWE history. We're talking about the Heenan family, and there has been a legacy left behind by Bobby the Brain Heenan. You can check that out right now on the Cultaholic YouTube channel. And for the very latest at any time, as I say, you can check out cultaholic.com. Stay safe and love you. Bye.